Jami-Lee.
My question is to the Minister of Finance and asks, how is the government supporting New Zealand families through the economic recovery?
Honourable Bill English.
Mr Speaker, despite large deficits, the government is committed to supporting families through uncertain times. For instance, households earning less than $60,000 per annum, which are around 50% of all households, pay no net tax. That is, they get more in income and accommodation support, paid parental leave, working for families and welfare support than they pay in tax. We've also focused assistance on those most in need. $190 million for the next stage of welfare reforms to get people off benefits and into work, $100 million insulating homes, 215,000 homes, $41 million extra for ECE for the most vulnerable, $24 million for rheumatic fever prevention, again focused on the most vulnerable families, and the Kickstart Breakfast in Schools program, again focused on the most vulnerable families.
Supplementary question.
Supplementary question, Jami-Lee Ross.
What changes has the government made to income tax rates and other taxes to help families get ahead?
Honourable Bill English.
Mr Speaker, the 2010 tax switch reduced taxes on work and saving and increased tax on consumption and property speculation across all income levels. That 2010 budget also provided for better targeting of working for families. 2/3 of the value of income tax cuts in 2010 went to reducing the bottom two rates. For someone on the average wage around $50,000 was immediately $15 a week better off as a result of the tax changes. 3/4 of taxpayers now face a top personal rate of 17.5%.
Supplementary question.
Supplementary question, Jami-Lee Ross.
What effect is the government's approach having on inequality, and how is the government working to ensure households get a fair deal?
Speaker,
Honourable Bill English.
the Ministry of Social Development tracks household incomes and reports that income inequality is falling slightly after peaking in the mid-2000s. So we're starting to undo some of the damage done by the previous Labor government to New Zealand's equality. There are a variety of reasons for this. The tax and redistribution system favours the bottom 50% of households. Our investments in welfare, health and education have been focused on the most disadvantaged, while the previous government focused on subsidies to people on middle incomes. We're focusing on solving long-running problems of welfare dependency, poor educational achievement, ill health and family violence.
Supplementary question.
Supplementary question, Jami-Lee Ross.
What progress is the government making in supporting more people into work, improving healthcare and education outcomes?
Mr Speaker.
Honourable Bill English.
Well, the member doesn't really need to ask this question because you can track progress by going to the government website and looking at the Better Public Services results. As at 30th of June this year, the number of people continuously receiving a working age benefit for over 12 months has fallen by almost 3,000. In March this year, 89% of 8-month-olds had been immunised, and Maori immunisation rates are, for the first time ever, as high as mainstream immunisation rates, and in fact in some parts of the country are higher than among Pākehā children. The proportion of 18-year-olds with NCA level 2 has increased to 77% from 74% the previous year.
Question number 2, the Honourable David Cunliffe.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. To the Acting Prime Minister, has he or his office sought an assurance from the Minister of Conservation that he did not know about the existence of the draft submission